Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my commentary last time of the song Tale of as Old as Time from the Disney release Beauty and the Beast in 1991. Such a hauntingly beautiful cinematic experience with an absolutely beautiful song. And as I hinted at last time, we were going from that beautiful serene moment to absolute hard pelting rock today with the Adelaide band. Yay, go Adelaide. I'm an Adelaide boy myself, who formed in 1974. The band is The Angels. And over the course of many years, they've released 13 international albums, and they have supported acts such as David Bowie. So they actually have found international success. And over the course of their career, there's been a few lineup changes. One of the big ones being that Doc Neeson did die in 2014. So I suppose they've been keeping the torch alive even after that time. They've released 13 albums, and on those albums there's such classics as Am I Ever Gonna See Your Face Again, Dogs Are Talking, We Just Got to Get Out of This Place, No Secrets. And this particular absolute fire-ridden, compelling rock performance of this song today, probably one of their signature tunes, and that is Take a Long Line, which came off their Face to Face album, which was an international release in 1978. And as Doc Neeson says at the start of this song, here we go, folks, over the top. And when the bass starts and the drums and the stabby guitar, just the whole thing, it is such an overwhelmingly captivating, compelling, powerful performance that you just get swept away with, and you can't help but turn the song up pretty well full pelt because it's such a compelling song. Take a Long Line. And as I said, we are going through a bit of an iconic band, iconic song series at the moment, and this song certainly fits into that category. There are some interesting lyrics in this song, withered hands and postcard stands, and all sorts of bits and pieces. And the story goes, apparently this song was inspired by people who lived a harder way of life. Life hasn't gone so long for them, and they find themselves in all sorts of interesting places. And it's really inspired by the quirky characters that exist in these places. It just sort of, we tend to judge people really, really quickly at times. I think we have this thing called a first impression reflex. I'm not quite sure how many seconds it is that we're up to these days, but before you know, you look at a person and you've gauged them really, really quickly, and you've sort of made it a bit of a summary of them without really getting to know them. Now, we all have this first impression reflex, but I suppose the challenge is that if we are aware of it, well, we can do what we can to try and limit it the best we can, because people need a bit more of a chance than the 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever it is these days. People need a bit more of a chance than that. And so if we're aware of this first impression reflex, we can do what we can to try and minimize its effect. And I suppose for me, the way that I did this was to put myself into situations that were uncomfortable, and to put myself in situations around people that I normally wouldn't associate with. But because I wanted to try and see people from all walks of life, well, I've involved myself in things like community meals where people come. They might be sleeping on the streets. They may be not sure where they're going to be sleeping that night. They may be carrying their possessions with them. But you know, there's something quite compelling about these people's stories. First of all, they'll share their story with you. They're quite happy to talk about, you know, what they've been up to and what they've been doing. And there's something else that is quite beautiful about, particularly when people gather. They know each other, and there's this beautiful community spirit that exists. They will go from one meal to another, and they will just tend to say, "Oh, hey, how you going? How you been?" There's just a beautiful, compelling spirit about that, and to be amongst this community is an absolute privilege. It really, really is. These guys, in a sense, have taken a long line. You know, life isn't easy for them. Life is a bit of a challenge, but there's some incredible resilience in people who have taken a long line like these people often have. I get together, weekly with a group that they all live on their own pretty much. Most of them are on government support because they just need that, because life has not been easy. There's often mental health conditions and mental health things going on. But the beautiful thing for me about being with these people, and I see myself very much part of this group of people, is just the beauty of their community spirit, the incredible resilience that they have to get through life, particularly at the moment with COVID-19. We met, last time we met would have been about 4 months ago. We did get together this week. And the great thing to be able to sort of share with these people is the fact that they have got through it. And they've got through it really, really well. But how we all need connection in this world. And, you know, we had 20 people rock up because they needed that connection. So there's this sort of this shared experience of doing life a bit harder. But because they also understand the need for connection and being together, taking a long line, as this angel song is talking about. So I suppose the encouragement for all of us is to think about, well, first of all, let's limit our first impression reflex as much as we can. Let's give people a bit more of an opportunity, a bit more of a chance than the first impression reflex often allows. Just to be aware of it. The second thing is to realise that, you know, we are all individuals in this world, and we all have our own little struggles and little frustrations. And so if you do see someone on the street that perhaps is a bit strange or a bit unusual, turn that first impression reflex off. Smile, even engage them in conversation. It could be that they may ask you for money. Well, what you do in that particular moment is up to you. But I think the worst thing you could probably do is just sort of be a bit dismissive and pretend like they're not there. At least engage them in conversation. A smile, hello, how you going? That can make all the difference in someone's day. And so that's an encouragement for all of us. And if you do find yourself wanting to be challenged in this area a little bit, volunteer in a community centre somewhere or in a community meal somewhere, and you can just sit and talk with people, and to be in that world is quite an inspiring world when you really get into it. Because these people who for them life is quite tough, there's an incredible resilience and resourcefulness that exists in these communities. And it's great to be just part of it in just a little way. So that's an encouragement for all of us, I'm thinking today. We are all human beings. We all have hearts, we all have blood, we all have arms and legs, and we all deserve the dignity that it is to be human in this world. So let's perhaps be kinder in our judgment of people, and try to turn that first impression reflex off as much as we can. So an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clip today, and again, it's the angels today. Take a long line. There's just something quite compelling about the forcefulness of this song. There's a bit of hope in here. There's a bit of a reflection of our lives and the way that our lives can be at times. The minute you hear the band start off, the way the guitars are here, it's such a powerhouse performance, and we actually have a real live performance here. Doc Neeson is up the front, and you just get to see what made the Angels such a compelling act. So the link to that particular clip is in the description below. And if you want to also recap, it almost feels a bit strange to say this, but if you want to recap from Beauty and the Beast, which is my commentary from last time, feel free to look at that one as well. The link to that particular video is there as well. So that's it for today. The next time we're coming back to the band Asia next time with this song Valkyrie. Asia was the first song I ever did as a video in the series, but I'm just going back to them for a second go. So until next time, before I go, if you do like this video, please give it the thumbs up, and I'd love you to subscribe to this channel, so feel free to do that as well. So until next time, I'll catch you around.